It's the Flow Friday Night Sports Show. Time to talk Eyre Peninsula Netball now, and there were some games played last week on the EP. The only games in town were at Great Flinders Netball, and joining me on the line, Joe Franklin, to talk about that and what's coming up this weekend. G'day, Joe.
Hi, Chase. How you going?
Going all right, thank you. All right, let's get into this week, and we will start with Elliston Districts, actually. They are on the road this weekend, heading down south to Ungara to take on Eyre United. They should beat them and beat them comfortably.
Yeah, they should. Look, they've got their full 8 players available this week. Kate Lowby, Courtney Hull and Tash Paul in goals. Zoe Phelps, Charlie Manane and Lorena Heberman will be through their centre court. And the defensive unit that is just doing beautifully at the moment, Nikki Schubert and Kelsey Hull. So they're looking very strong. Look, Saints, they're up against it again. Patrina Fowler looks good on her. She continues to work with that crew. They're young. Trying to build their confidence up is not easy, but she certainly is trying to do that. And they have some really good patches of play. That's just, again, the consistency and being able to put 15 minutes together each quarter, and then obviously 4 quarters together is not easy. But they'll keep trying. But look, honestly, Elliston will just be way too strong.
They will. As will Ramblers at the Duplex. They'll head up the highway to Karku, taking on United Yolanda. They'll beat them fairly comfortably. And it's interesting that second and third on the ladder, separated by only percentage, have got bottom and second to bottom this week to play.
Yeah, they have. So Ramblers will be really keen to get this win. There's no question about that. And they will really be wanting to make sure that they do it well and come away with a really good scoreline. And that's certainly what their coach will be making sure that they're aware of, because it will come down to percentage. At the same time, Kate, she continues to work with these girls. She's trying to get these Eagles girls gelling together and getting some really good performances on the board. There's some great talent in those young kids. It's just a matter of them gelling together, a matter of them settling into A-grade netball, which is even the physicality that they have to, coming straight from juniors into A-grade, that's a huge jump, not only with skills, but, just the physicality of it all as well, and the speed. Look, Kate continues to work with them, but Ramblers should be way too strong, and I know that they've got all their team available, so Keely will be really looking forward to a good, strong hit out here.
No doubt. Match of the round, though. This is a mini-final at the Lock complex there. The Roos will welcome Tumby Bay, who'll come up the Bratton Way and then head up the highway. And tell you what, they'll come in droves. They'll need to, because this Lock side's up and about. But Tumby in the 4 at the moment. Oh, it's a big game.
It is a very big game, and the pressure is telling already, I have no doubt. Look, both teams should be at full strength, which will also make it very, very interesting. Should be a really good tussle, I think. Look, Lock have been working on their transition play, and they actually had a look back at some video of their game against Cougars and a couple of other things that they've been doing. So they've been really working hard on that. And at Tumby, they always work hard. Like, they are always on every single week. They work really hard and make sure that they're well prepared for games, and it won't be any different this week. Look, Lock are going to try something a little bit different. They're going to bring Christy Zirk out to wing attack and put Tanya Havner into goal attack against Stacey Curtis. They tried it for a little bit in the last time they met, and it worked really well. So that should be a really interesting matchup, because both those ladies have plenty of netball smarts, so it will be interesting to see who outsmarts who there. Sarah Skinner has been playing really well at goalkeeper or in the defence end for a Lock, and she'll be up against Alex Stratford, I would think, who obviously had a really good game last week in goals for Tumby. So that will be a very interesting matchup, whether she can get on top of the young ones in there and put a bit of extra pressure on and have them second-guessing their shots will be interesting to see. But the centre court will be pretty even, and I'd be thinking Millie Morton would be hoping that she can replicate last week's form when she came on and took the game right on. But look, this is going to be a tough game. And look, the weather conditions for tomorrow are not meant to be real flash either, so you wouldn't want to be a goalie, I would think, Jace. So look, in the end, I actually think down in Tumby. I think Tumby might just get over the line.
Oh, it's going to be a brutal game. Good luck to everyone having a run around there in Great Flinders Netball tomorrow in what's going to be a gale force wind day followed by rain. So it could be sleet. It could snow in some parts of the EP, particularly around Cleve and Kimber and those areas. And that's where we'll head next. Eastern Eyre Netball. They will finally be back, and it'll be a shock to the system after a couple of warm weekends for our Eastern Eyre friends. They haven't played since June, and they will hit the court this week in freezing conditions at Cow. In fact, Cow will host Kimber District. I don't think it'll snow at Cow, but it will be cold.
Oh, look, let's just hope it rains. Fair dinkum, they really do need, in all seriousness, they do need some rain, and they would not worry if they were playing in pouring rain at all, I have no doubt. Drove through there to get back to Lincoln the other day, and looks okay, just needs a bit of rain. But look, honestly, poor old Cow, don't get any easier for them. Kimber are doing really well, although not sure whether their coach got back. Gadge was not back in time to do the running for the EP boys with the closing of borders because they were in Northern Territory. So I'm not sure whether they're, I think the borders are open now. They might have got back, not 100% sure whether they're having to quarantine, what they're having to do. But those girls, they certainly know what they're all about, and they will be able to coach themselves. I have no doubt whatsoever. They have really got a good thing happening there at the moment in that team. Their win against Eastern Rangers the other day would have given them plenty of confidence. Their goal circle is working really, really well. Their centre court, Geordie McCullum has just been such a huge asset through there for them. She's playing great netball this year. And unfortunately for Cow, they are going to be right up against it. There's no question about that. They'll give it a right real crack. They'll give it everything they've got. But look, Kimber will just, at the moment, looking the goods.
All right. The other game there, Central Eyre United. This game will be at Woodner, and they will welcome the Eastern Rangers up the highway. And again, it actually may snow there at Pildapper Rock. Who knows? But probably not on the courts there at Woodner, I wouldn't have thought.
No, I don't think on the courts. Look, this game will be a lot closer than what we may first have expected. Eastern Rangers, as have mentioned a couple of times now, have lost a couple of their guns, a goal and a defender in Tamika Wren and Amy Allen. So they are still trying to put things together. They've sort of shifted Lauren Symes down into goals out of defence, so that's really interesting. Her and her sister trying to work together in goals and get it together. Look, they've certainly worked while they've not been at actually playing on Saturdays. They've certainly been working on their combinations, and Curl's been getting stuck into them. So, they will be ready. But, if Central Eyre United were going to have a win against the Rangers, it would definitely be tomorrow. And look, they've got the goods. They just need to get the consistency, and I've used that word a few times tonight. I know, Chase, but it is about that. It is about them actually. Their combinations are coming together. They've been able to run for a couple of weeks or a couple of batches, the same sorts of combinations, and so they're building. And I think this will be a lot closer than what some people think, and it'll be interesting to see how Keely Bruce does match up with them Rangers putting Lauren down the other end, because there's two talls in there now. So it'll be interesting to see what Beth does do in the defence. In the defence end. But I think this will be interesting. I do think that Rangers probably in the end will get over the line, but they certainly will have to give it everything they've got and be right on song early, because otherwise, Central United, they're building. They're building.
All right. All the best this weekend to everyone running around in EP Netball. Joe, will catch you next week.
We certainly will.